Hi, my name is Eric from the group Cell Universe. Our current team is led by Professor Wayne B. Hayes. Our current group members are Frederick, Tim, Chun, Jayan, and me, Eric. So why track cells? Well, in biology and medicine, cell tracking has widespread applications. For example, drug development and testing. In order to understand how it's affecting different cells or different drugs are affecting different cells, we need to track and be able to see what is happening and label how the drug is affecting different cells. In developmental biology, we could use this to track embryos and understand how cells develop over time. And in cancer research, we could use this to see how cells may grow out of control and we can track different cells. So currently the choices for cell tracking are very limited. The first one being manually labeling, which is really tedious and time consuming. It could also be prone to human error. So if you look at the image on the right-hand side, you can see that these cells are really tiny and they're also clustered together, which is very difficult to label manually, especially if you're doing this throughout a whole video. Other existing algorithms, because of this idea of cells being clustered and being really tiny, it causes other existing algorithms to fail since most of them are using a visual search approach. And the noise from the microscope could also cause these visual algorithms to fail because they can't see the actual cells. They're either too tiny or there's noise in the way. A third option is maybe hardware, but that's also very expensive and hard to find. And our problem in general is we need an algorithm that can track cells precisely while maintaining the lineage information. And the lineage information is pretty much just understanding where a cell is being split from, so the cell's history. And here we enter what is Cell Universe. Well, Cell Universe is a software designed to track these individual cells and their lineage throughout a video. So if you can see on the bottom, here's an example of the video of a cell splitting and moving around, and you can see how Cell Universe is trying to track those cells. So who is Cell Universe for? Well, Cell Universe was created for the field of biology in mind, but it can generally extend to any project that involves cells. So this can be one example use case would be a biology student who's trying to help with a research project and they want to figure out where cells are located. So they use our tool and they can track the cells. And the goal of Cell Universe is really to automate the process of labeling and tracking cells in the video. That way you aren't stuck for hours or days just trying to label these videos. And we also want to maintain the important info for each individual cells, which is how they are splitting. And by using Cell Universe, this will speed up the process from data collection all the way to data analysis. So why is this better than existing algorithms? Well, current computer vision algorithms use detections, which performs worse than what we're using, which is simulation. And because we're using simulation, we can actually reduce the noise. If you look at the right side, the top is the output from a computer vision algorithm, and you can see all the noise. And the bottom is output for Cell Universe, which is our our simulated cells. And we also leverage constraints on actions so that we can kind of simulate what a physical cell is doing, and this leads to more accurate cell tracking. And we also provide lineage information, which is information on the cell split. So the history of where a cell came from. We also are using this as a free software. So you don't need to buy machinery that costs upwards of thousands of dollars. And our current milestones is we can use Cell Universe on any 2D cell videos, and we're working on creating a Cell D implementation. And eventually we'll want to make better UI and front end integrations. And here's a small demo of Cell Universe working. And here are the lineage trees that it creates. So how is this funded? It's funded by Professor Wayne B. Hayes. And thank you. If you want to check out the Cell Universe GitHub repository, we have a link here and also the published paper. Thank you.